Hi, this is Neil Walters with website-garden.com, and in this video I want to talk to you about the new features we've added called Teams, where you can have different teams within your company and how that works. So basically, I set up this customer of myself inside of Website Garden for my synagogue, which is Congregations Ohar Yisrael, and of course this would work for churches as well. And what happens is you're dealing with a lot of people who are volunteers. So we have a finance committee, we have a marketing committee, organizational committee, that type of thing. So right here, you have this option called team, and you pick the team you want. Now, if you're a super administrator, you can say, I want to see all the teams. And as it builds the list, it shows you here like which team it is, right? But it's showing me all the teams. But if I'm on the finance committee, by default, it's only going to show me the tasks of the teams that I'm on. So I would only see the finance committee here. And one reason you might want this is the finance committee might be discussing secret things that the marketing committee should not know about, right? So you don't want the marketing committee to see what the finance committee is doing. That's why we needed a little bit of separation. So let's talk about how you set this up. So you go over here to the menu. I think you just type in usually the word you're looking for, team or teams, see? And so it goes to users teams, and we'll open that screen there. And you can see all the different teams that I've created: a building team, a care and conduct team, and a finance team. Looks like I don't actually have marketing, but anyway. So those are the teams, and then you want to edit who's on the team. So first of all, if you say private, that means only the people on that team are able to see it. But if it's not marked private, that means anybody, any of your task workers or team members can see it of your whole company. And so here you can see I have 6 members on this team and 9 members on this team. And now I'm going to go ahead and click 2 options here. Edit the team, I think, is going to edit just these flags, like whether it's private or not and what the name of the team is. Okay. The other one, I'm going to have to block out who the actual users are because these are real people. But let's say I want to show you who's on the finance committee, and there's a list of the people. And then if I want to add a new one, I can just come down here, and you see I can just start typing like that. The possible task workers come up, and then I add them to the team just by clicking on them. So that's how you manage the team members. If you want to add a new team, you just click right there. So now let's go back to the current task here. And when I add a new task, it's going to ask me what my team is. So right here, since I'm already in the finance team, that's what I had. Let's go back one screen. Since I had finance here at the top, right there, when I add a new task, it's assuming I'm creating a new task for the finance team. But I could change that. I could make it something else. Okay. And so finance committee. And then here I can pick whoever I want to assign it to. But again, I don't want to show all the people's names. And when you're dealing with volunteers, that's why we created this action required date. So we might have a meeting like twice a month, and we might say, well, we need someone to check out this feature or do something. And so we're going to have 2 dates on there. The first is like a reminder date where they'll get an email that they should update the task. And the second date is like a more final date that they should have completed the task, right? So this is more like a warning date and like a final date. And then, of course, we have another meeting, and we might come in here and say, well, you didn't update your tasks. You know, we would appreciate it if you would get on and update your task regularly as you make progress on them. When you're dealing with a paid worker, it's totally different, right? If you have an employee, they're going to be logging on this every day, and they're going to have to update the fields accordingly to get paid, right? But when you're dealing with volunteers, it's a whole other story. We also have this thing called pin date. Let me show you how that worked for an example. Back to current task here. We actually had a concert recently, Ladino music, which is kind of like cross between Spanish and Hebrew. And there's a lady named Ellie Shaba gave us our concert. And you see, I can actually added this probably 2 or 3 months ago as a proposed date on August 2nd, which was actually last Sunday. And we actually had the concert and had something like 80 people there. And we sold tickets and the whole thing. So we probably should have done this whole thing, this whole task as another, we probably should have had a concert committee as well. But basically, everybody did that on WhatsApp, and they got it done without using this system. But next time, I'd like them to use this system so everything is tracked a little bit better. And we have the historical record of everything that got done. So basically, that's it. That's how Teams work inside of website-garden.com, our project tracking system. And of course, we're not just a project tracking system. We also allow you to do calendar appointments for sales meetings. We also have, you can hire paid workers to do tasks for you. You can buy services that are pre-canned out there. Like if you go over here to our service shop, We're going to be adding more and more vendors that have these little services you can buy to like help your website, audit your website, help you with SEO on your website, that type of thing. We also have all kinds of monitoring and tracking for your websites and your domains. You want to make sure your website stays up and it's not down. And you also want to know like what's the response time on your website. We track that. We also track your SEO, your backlinks to your website for search engine optimization. So, it's kind of I won't say we're a jack of all trades, but we do a lot of things besides project management, and it's all integrated into this one system. The latest thing we added is the social media, where you can actually post to your Facebook, your Instagram, or your X.com, formerly Twitter, websites, and you can actually use AI to generate the post for you. But I already did a video on that, so go back and check our other videos. And again, this has been Neil Walters with website-garden.com. Go check out our website, and we'll see you in the next video.